Over the past 2 years, drug overdoses have increased across the U.S., reaching more than 100,000 deaths just last year. And the numbers here in Oregon have tripled, reaching about 800 deaths last year. But behind each number is a person. And we talked with one mother who's fighting to end the stigma around drug overdoses after losing her son to heroin. Memories of her 18-year-old son Ryan is all Lynn Anderson is left with.
There's always that hole, within your family.
His picture takes her back to better days.
His laughter and his heart, very kind boy, young man, but just his presence, middle child, and he could change the room.
Anderson believes his addiction started when he was just a boy. Ryan was in the 8th grade when he broke his leg and doctors prescribed him OxyContin.
And that started his drug and alcohol use, from marijuana and alcohol and then pills, and then it led to heroin.
Over the years, he went through various treatment programs and was clean for 7 months before he started using again.
He didn't communicate with us that he had found his way back to heroin, and we got a text message on August 19th, 2012 from someone who was concerned about him, and shortly afterwards a deputy showed up at our door. Sure miss him. Who would he be at 29 years of age this month? That's a big question.
Anderson now works in the recovery field, supporting other grieving families and fighting to change the stereotype around overdoses.
There's a lot of stigma and shame associated with people who use drug and alcohol or misuse, and that needs to stop.
I think there's definitely a lack in empathy.
Jeremiah Lindeman feels her pain. He lost his younger brother to heroin over 12 years ago. He's since created this online map called Celebrating Lost Loved Ones, where families can post photos and a description of who they've lost to help put faces to names.
It's a great vehicle to just help families that have lost people to get over a fear that they feel that their loved ones' memories will just go away and it will be forgotten.
It keeps their stories alive, even though it's a map no family wants to be on.
We continue, hoping to break that stigma, tear down that shame, and get those resources out there.
On August 31st, which is International Overdose Awareness Day, there will be a naloxone training at Clark College. As for the map, there's also one for people in recovery to connect with one another. Blair Best, KGW News.